Well, we're here to bring you all the 6 finals today, but before we get underway with those, here's a bonus race for you before the finals get underway. It's the last of the 3 heats for the Tyro Mini and Honda R200 classes. On track at the same time in a split grid, 7 drivers in the Honda class, 8 in the Tyro Mini class. Here are the grid positions with my commentary colleague Jake Sanson, fresh from international duties, racking up those air miles, Jake. Dubai, India, where else you been?
Basingstoke. I was thinking of getting a yellow Reliant Regal with black writing on the side. Lewis Dean and Em Rye on the front row of the grid then. Austin Mayhew and Dylan Suresh. Then Restel, Avesi and Thomas Stevens rounding out the field. And then in the Tyro Minis, we have Jacob Aston and Mattis Minikas. From Max Flatley, Sam Skellett, Hayden Burling, Jack Griggs, Liam Stimson and Chris Mayo rounding out the field. Greasy conditions at Whilton Mill. We should get plenty of spicy action then as the drivers come through. There are the Tyro Minis looking to get themselves up to speed very soon indeed. Not entirely sure why, but Thomas Stevens appears to be out of position and he's actually going slow as we begin the race, going slowly through. And already Dylan Suresh has gone wide then, off on the grass, through the opening turn. The back end kicks out and he finds himself on the runoff area on the far side. As we head into Christmas for the first time, it's Lewis Dean who leads the race then in front of Ayrton Rye and a very feisty Austin Mayhew trying to get his way into second position. Can he find the line on the inside? He's going to have to wait.
Further back in the Tyro Minis, Jacob Aston should have been on pole. He's gone through in 4th place through the line.
Well, Mayhew's just got into second place, so he did actually make the move then on the way. And that is very cleverly done because he decided he was backing out of the move and then thought, actually, on the exit, I can have this. So he's managed to get himself in a second position regardless at the expense of Ayrton Rye. And now Austin Mayhew has a chance to take on Lewis Dean. They go through the toe of the boot, up towards the heel, and then onto the main straight once again. As we go up towards Crook and Oblivion, look at the Tyro Minis there having a fantastic battle. A spin there, unfortunately, as Chris Mayo finds himself beached then on the grass. That is a very messy position to be in.
Back with the lead battle then for the Honda R200s. It's Dean from Mayhew and Ayrton Rye rather. And that's Jacob Aston pictured. He's a race leader in the Tyro Minis as they go through the line.
So Hayden Burling in second position in the O-plate, then Skellett, Minikas, Griggs, Flatley and Liam Stimson. So it is already a big lead that Jacob Aston has built up. Look at that, Hayden Burling trying to fend off from Sam Skellett. And then we've got Minikas right in the mix there. So Skellett looking for his chance to go for Hayden Burling. Looking for another opportunity as back to the R200s we go. And Lewis Dean does not have a lot on Austin Mayhew. Mayhew's going to try from the toe of the boot. That is brave. Managed to make his way through in the radius of the apex and has stormed through to the lead. That was brave moving.
We've got Chris Mayo ahead of the Hondas there. He's going to be a little bit of a roadblock. And it's how you deal with the traffic in these grids where you've got 2 classes effectively on track at the same time. This is the battle for the lead on the 200 with Austin Mayhew. I think he's the driver in front.
Well, I think Avesi just made the move on Rebecca Restel, so that was a lovely bit of overtaking into Christmas, and they were caught out there by the positioning of the back marker. So Avesi was able to take full advantage of just being slightly out of position and managed to make the jump. Big wobble from Ayrton Rye. Goodness me, he was lucky to get that pointed in the right direction. As there we have Restel still battling away with Avesi. There he is. P4 now, having started 2 positions back on the grid, so working his way forward as the top 3, Mayhew, Dean and Rye, are still having a great position, a great battle, and Dean is not letting Austin Mayhew get away here.
Yeah, Chris Mayo looks like he's disappeared from the track. He may have retired 2 laps down as they've gone through, so this is the battle, the top 3 for the lead. It's a battle for the lead up the inside into Christmas corner, and a change of leader.
Is it going to work though? Because right around the outside, Mayhew holds on from Ayrton Rye. So Dean has ended up being shuffled down to 3rd position. Rye has seen an opportunity to go for the lead. Mayhew says, is that all you've got? Round the outside at Christmas, there's plenty of grip as far as I'm concerned.
Not a fantastic number of drivers in each of the classes, but you don't need a great number of drivers when you've got 3 drivers like this who are all on the same level, and they're giving us a great battle.
Yeah, quality will always substitute quantity. A big twitch from Austin Mayhew on the way through at the boot. Oh, and trips over Thomas Stevens. He was so lucky that he was able to hold on to the lead there. That was very tricky. So Stevens gets out of the way and allows Avesi and Rebecca Restel now to go through. The battle for second position in Tyro Mini. It's all the way through the field. Burling, Skellett, Minikas, Griggs and Flatley very close in together. Liam Stimson just trying to stay with them and dropping back gradually. This is fantastic. Up towards the tight right hairpin again. Is Ayrton Wright going to get his chance now on Mayhew? Mayhew still holding fast in the lead as they go back up towards the double left-hander on the run to the latter part of the lap. And Ayrton Wright looking very hungry in here behind Austin Mayhew.
Great pictures as usual from the drone, giving a great overall view of the circuit and the battles on track. This is the battle for the lead in the Honda R200s. These top three going at it hammer and tongs, and the Tyro Mini class from second down to sixth place. That's also kicking off big time.
Whilton Mill, always a fantastic race circuit for battles, and boy do we have one here as Austin Mayhew continues to lead Ayrton Wright, with Lewis Dean hungry to pick up the pieces if they were to squabble, and it looks as though we might get one of those. Look at the duel for B2. Burling, Skellett, Minicast, Griggs, Flatley swapping positions. There goes the move up the inside from Flatley, gets the run there and up into position, and also a good move there as Skellett gets alongside Hayden Burling to move into second position. Burling doesn't look like he's done yet, but Minicast might get the run. He does indeed. Up into third position then goes Matas Minicast. So that is Sam Skellett up into second. Up to third comes Matas Minicast. Hayden Burling down, but up the move comes Minicast. Onto the inside now into Christmas and manages to get second, but just about leaves the space. He had to there, and as a result, Skellett actually loses 2 places, not 1.
Incredible battling, and how lucky are we that we were supposed to be just filming the finals today, but we've set up early, so we're bringing you this. We've just got enough time in the programme, and what a fantastic race this is. This is the third of the 3 heats for Honda R200s, and this is the Tyro Mini class, so 2 distinct classes on track at the same time on a split grid. But we're doing our best to bring you all the action. It's plenty of it.
Yeah, up the inside, once again, that's Skellett on Burling. So Burling has to give best. They just about managed to go around there. And there's warning for contact out on the circuit. That is Austin Mayhew. The race leader has been given a warning there for contact in Honda R200. My goodness, that is drama, as Flatley now tries to make his move on the inside of Hayden Burling in Tyro Mini, and Jack Griggs is just waiting in the wings.
We've not seen what that warning was for, but he's dropped a place, Jake, as they've gone through the line. We didn't see what's happened.
And what's happened to Lewis Dean? Lewis Dean has gone.
So Lewis Dean down to 5th.
He's dropped all the way down, 8 seconds back from the leader, Ayrton Wright. So whatever happened to them, there's a reason why Austin Mayhew has been given a warning then. Perhaps he is the instigator. Certainly the officials think so. This man, though, Ayrton Wright, is the absolute beneficiary. He's now got himself a decent advantage over Austin Mayhew, and no Lewis Dean to panic about.
Yeah, so Austin Mayhew and Lewis Dean have had some sort of collision, which has left Ayrton Wright out front. He's got a comfortable lead, it looks like now, just over half a second. That's comfortable enough in karting. Austin Mayhew still there in second, but Dean down to 5th. Frances Havasi in 3rd, Rebecca Restall is 4th, and Dylan Suresh, he's running again after his early dramas, but he's down in 6th place.
Well, there is Chris Mayo. He has actually managed to get himself going again after his early traverse into the grass and into the mud. So now there goes Ayrton Wright to lap him. Through they come again. Nicely done from Ayrton Wright. He's got full of confidence now that he's got that little bit of space. There is Matas Minicas. He lives over in Bradford in Yorkshire. Doing a fantastic job as he continues on his way, having got himself into that second position spot. He's still got pressure from Sam Skellett. Don't think for a moment that Skellett isn't going to go for the move, but Minicas, having worked his way into second position, now has a little bit of authority to keep himself in the mix there as they come down the straight into Crook and out through Oblivion. They will go once again, and up Manuel's Bank.
Yeah, just around 10 or 11 seconds on the clock as they went through the line. The clock will count to 0 when it gets to 0, and the Hondas go through the line. They'll get the last lap board from the starter. That is the 20 kart of Minicast with the 25 just in behind of Sam Skellett. It's between these two for second and third in Tyro Mini.
Here he goes, trying to challenge for the inside line, but it's not going to happen as Matas Minicas still holds firm and keeps himself in position. Here we go then, the Honda R200s are on the final lap. And Ayrton Wright has now managed to extend to about 2 seconds on Austin Mayhew. There is Ayrton Wright, looking very good. We saw briefly Lewis Dean closing up on Rebecca Restall, but he might not have enough time to move up into 4th position before the end of the heat. Certainly, though, for Ayrton Wright, 2 seconds clear. And as Austin Mayhew dives up the inside of the 27 of Liam Stimson, he is going to be perfectly okay to run in second place. Fenech Havesi doing a good job there in third position ahead of Rebecca Restel. Restel is actually now seeing Lewis Dean behind her as she checks over the shoulder, but Ayrton Rye sees the checkered flag. That's heat 3 going his way. Austin Mayhew in second position, very nicely taken in front of Fenech Havesi. And then Rebecca Restel is just about going to finish in front of Lewis Dean. Yes, but only just. Dean did his best, couldn't quite catch up in time. Dylan Suresh managing to recover in P6, and Jacob Ashton is going to dominate Tyro Mini.
Good effort by Dylan Suresh, Jake. 11.7 seconds behind in the end, but he was well behind on that opening tour. And don't forget, the final is going to be coming up. It's going to be the last race in this programme, in fact. Be interested to see what Dylan can do in that final.
Sam Skelett will just about hang on to second position from Matas Minikas, having now managed to fight his way there. The checkered flag will be coming up. Here they are out of the final turn, and it will be the 20 of Matas Minikas. My apologies, he did manage to get back through on Sam Skelett on that last lap. So Ayrton Wright taking the win in the first of the classes, Honda R200, Austin Mayhew from Fenech Havesi, and then Rebecca Restel. Lewis Dean recovering to P5 in front of Dylan Suresh. Thomas Stevens did make the flag, albeit 2 laps away from the dais. However, things were a little bit different in Tyro Mini. Jacob Ashton taking the win by 12.9. Matas Minikas hanging on though in front of Sam Skelett after a terrific battle. Jack Griggs, Hayden Burling and Max Flatley all playing good supporting roles. Liam Stimson a lap away, and despite his spin onto the grass, Chris Mayo able to bring it home to the flag in 8th position. A good start.